backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style, searching for treasure yet untold, up and down the creeks for his gold. And it's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold, with picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks in the backcountry land. It's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does.
Oh, there. It's a nice cool fall evening. Leaves are just about dropped. It's getting a lot colder at night. And we're at the end of the season here now. Learned quite a bit about the ground. Definitely have a lot better idea for a small scale mine in here as far as the plan goes and what to expect. The golds are looking good, the ground's looking good. Now we just need to get in here next season a little larger, with a better plan.
Last time we were finishing up on this sample site. This is the lowest section of ground we can mine across this claim, and it sure was proving up some pretty nice golds.
I think about a gram or better. It's got some nice quartz attached to it.
This lower old channel has always proved some pretty nice golds, and it's looking like a mineable piece of ground. I sure do like what we found in this sample site, but unfortunately it's time to fill in this hole and clean up this site.
That's all this compact sand material up in here.
The higher elevations are showing signs of old river channels, one very high and dry with little overburden, and one deep channel. So we prove up gold any way we can, through high banking or just a simple gold pan. Today we're going to push down to the bottom section here. We're going to push a trail in and start opening up sample holes down in that end. We pretty much have everything under control up in this area.
Looks like all the same old river I've been chasing.
Like I said, nothing better than gold and coffee first thing in the morning. Carefully pick out our next sample site. This is on the downriver side of the old slide. The channel should run a little deep, so it'll take a little work to get down and get our sample.
Well, we pushed the trail into a new sample area there. Just got Josh digging the overburden layer. Yeah, we completed basically the samples, the higher elevations at the front of the claim. There's a big slide that goes through here. And, we've trace the river on the other side of the slide. Now we're down in the flat here. There's a big huge flat that arcs quite a ways in the bush behind me here. We're on the other side of this slide here, and we're going to dig down and see if we can find a continuation of the old river underneath the slide through this area here. Yeah, it's a pretty big section of land. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find some gold. And, down in here, this is where things really start to widen out. So the gold deposit should get a little wider, a little more distributed than the front end where things were a little tighter, smaller channels. But also in here, it could act like a gold pan or a belly, tighter channels. And as this opens up, it just creates perfect gold dropout zone. Everything just settle in this area. Yeah, soon enough we're going to find out if there's gold in here. I'm banking there is. Bottom corner of the old slide. Starting to hit boulders. Looks like about 12 feet above the sandy clay mix. So far it's looking like the old river is down here. It's just a little deeper on this side. What do you think we should do?
Keep on digging.
Well, it's getting pretty deep. Might have to step it back.
Yeah.
Just cut out the section in here so you can ramp it down and drop the machine down. Get down into the bottom here. It's quite deep. Enough destruction for the day.
Well,
We're going to cut the front out, ramp this down, step it down. It's quite deep, but I'd still like to get a sample out of it though. Almost guarantee the old river is down here. Deposit. It's like the same river structure. It's big boulders sitting on the same false bedrock layer as most of this channel. Yeah, it's a little too deep for us to do a really big sample on this one, so I'm just going to take samples off the bottom. Oh, I got Josh filling in that sample hole. Pretty deep one. We got a nice little pile off to the side there. Just going to fill up buckets and we'll hike it up to the high banker. Now we'll wash as many buckets as we can. Get a decent sample off the bottom. Yeah, it was looking pretty good. More than sure there's some gold in there. See from this road cut, all the slide material comes off of these hills. So when you run into your overburden, it's generally a mix of this and things coming from upriver. Back in here, you got the big flat. You're just sampling down in the head end on the back side of this slide. Slide material goes up into that corner of the hill. But up in here, seems to be a little bit of a table that you use back in there as well. So there's a nice low point in here. Very well could be old rivers even higher up, just segments generally that have washed down and left little traces along the hill. That's a fairly big section up in here. A nice drop. I'll have to check this out. But yeah, we're gonna do our sampling down in here. We're gonna run across this flat back here. This goes down probably for better than a half a mile. This big huge bowl back in here. This flat has a few slight steps. Almost see remnants of channels. But we'll push a trail down in through here and drop some holes and see what we come across.
With the sun still high in the sky, we quickly put Josh to work, like I'll ever get him out of that machine. This is a new section of claim I picked up, and I'm really curious to see what runs across this section of land.
Interesting colored material down there. So we got Josh digging a hole just ahead of this one, pretty much in line. But while he's doing that, we'll go down in here and we'll pull a sample. Pieces in there, bunch of smaller stuff, probably about 6 to 8 smaller pieces, but for a quick little pan, found a pretty decent trace of gold. Well, good morning. Of course, Josh is sleeping away. Pretty chilly out this morning, so probably doesn't want to get out of that sleeping bag. Yeah, we got a lot accomplished yesterday. Sampled the site over there, proved up gold. Pretty deep channel underneath that section up there, but there was gold in it. We cleaned it up and pushed the trail down through this lower section. We got one hole here and one just off to the side here. Considering I started so late, I'm actually pretty impressed on how the progress is going. We're learning quite a bit to this claim. But yeah, the bad news for Josh is I paced this out and I have more than enough 1.5-inch hose to reach these holes back in here. So we're going to set up that high banker. I'm going to make a little pay pile of just the bottom material. We're going to run the high banker back into these holes. So his job ain't over yet. He's not just sitting on an excavator. A young fella. No, I'm the old guy with the bad back. I'm the one that's supposed to be up in the machine. Well, we're about done with this sample hole. It's a fairly deep deposit. It's pretty bony, had lots of large boulders in it.
I'm sure liking the looks of this old river channel. Not only is it holding a lot of large rock, but it's a lot of the local bedrock, slightly smoothed by the old river channel. Now we just need to start high banking and see if it holds any gold.
Pretty good for gold. This tacky stuff. Finding lots of large flat rock, lots of fractured bedrock. Rounded rocks. Now it's looking like the right material. Now we'll shut down for a cleanup. Yeah, we'll break the high banker down, clean it out, and see if I find a trace of gold. Well, good morning. It's our last day out here with young Joshua. We gotta get him out of here, get him ready for school here.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, got my morning coffee here, and we'll flash up this high banker, run some material, and see what kind of gold we get. up here in a bench, which appears to be old river up in here, as well as down here. Then I'll grab a couple more buckets out of the bottom here. And the guy can clean up this site. We'll just run the sample from the bottom in the hole behind us here with the other sample.
Well, I'm more than happy with all these samples. But unfortunately for this character, it's time to get him out of here and get him back to school.
Well, we just made her in here. Just unloaded everything. We got here just in time before a big rainstorm pushed in. One thing worse than going up that snotty clay hill is trying to come down it. Definitely want to put it in 4 low. Just use your gears. Stay off that brake. Yeah, we're in here. Just me and Brutus. Josh is back at school. We're just gonna head down here and we're gonna go start up the excavator, clean them sites up, and then bring the excavator back up into this top end here. I'm gonna push the trail in a little further and do 2 more sample holes up in there. So yeah, we'll hike down, get that excavator going, and clean up that site, bring her to the new location. Well, before we cover these in, grab a little bit of this gravel from the bottom here, take a bucket up to camp, do a little panning at night. Yeah, I did 2 washes here with the high banker. One from the bottom of this hole, and then the one just off to the side into the bank here, where another river's going across here through this flat. You can see the remnants of the old bank. There's a good river structure in gold in that one, as well as down here in a more modern channel. The river is just through there, probably about a couple 300 feet. Yeah, there's old channel running all back through this flat and up on this next bench here. Quite a large section for mining, showing decent gold, all the same river structure. And I have a feeling back in here there's going to be remnants of old pools with a really good low pressure zone, and it should be pretty stacked with golds. It's got all the right signs, but we're going to save this for a later date. So we'll start up on the hill where it's a little easier for a mine to get going. And we'll work our way down that hill, down across into these flats. And by the time we're down in here, we should have a little larger of an operation, because the further you go down, the bigger the flats get. Yeah, let's go clean up this area here so we can get back up to sampling the area we're going to mine next season. Always do your walk around. Make sure nothing's leaking, nothing's coming apart. It's been a pretty good little machine. Quite happy with it. Yeah, all looks good. Lucas, what are you doing, birdie? Gotta watch out for my partner there. He's pretty good though. Sticks around, but he just stays back from the machine. Probably does better than most humans. Safety first, Brutus. Too bad I didn't have Josh here. He likes filling in these holes. Nice, easy work for him to get used to the machine. Gotta go back to school. Probably a good place for the guy. Tortured him enough this summer. Didn't get to see much of his friends. I like to tell him, you gotta look at the bigger picture, not just fun and games. Just doesn't know how lucky he has it yet. That's a typical teenager. Sure is nice and quiet out here though, without Josh around. And he talks my ear right off. Tell him all the time, you're never gonna hear a bear coming up on us because you're always talking. Yeah, just means more work for me. I'll be working from morning till night now, trying to get this project here done. Get her done. Pretty excited for next season already. Looking like some pretty decent gold in through here. All virgin channel. I'm liking it. Definitely liking this excavator. Done about 4 years prospecting in a few weeks. Makes life easy, as long as they're working anyway. That's one thing nice about it. A shovel in the back, keep them working. Yeah, we'll get this site here all cleaned up. And, move on to the new one. All that done. I'll go clean up the next site. This one had a lot of big boulders in it. I suspect there's some really good gold around this area. Don't find that many large rock without finding good gold. We're going to save this for a later date. gonna bury the treasure. There you go. Sites are all cleaned up. This area we'll leave for future mining. Yeah, it's looking like some pretty decent ground back in here. I can already picture where a guy would start and set things up down in here. But I'd like to get a little bigger machine before I do this section. Yeah, we'll walk this machine out of here and go up to the top bench there at the head of the canyon. Pulling some pretty nice samples out of there. Nice and easy for a small mining project to get going up in there. Good gold. That's why it pays to get to know your land. Guy can come in here, start a mine up, and have a lot better chance at success. So this area here would be best mined. A little larger equipment, a little larger volume. It's a little wider back in here. Up in the top end you got more narrow channels, more confined, and because of the way the benches go down like that, guy can move material around a little easier, a little higher, drier, and some nice gold up there as well. But I'm sure this area here holds a nice deposit. Well, that's for the future. So let's go up top and get some new sections opened up. Yeah, might as well take a bucket of that pay gravel up with us. Do a little pounding later tonight. I'll have a quick coffee here before we start on that trail in the back. It's been pretty wet lately. Keeps wanting to rain today. It's already rained really good a couple times. Just hope it ain't too wet of a fall. Makes it a nightmare doing these exploration trails. 4x4 and everything. Things can get pretty muddy. It's pretty rough, crude trails and sites, so gotta be a little careful. Hopefully she dries up here. Make it a lot easier for pushing a new site open. Gets a little bit rough back in here. Take a little bit of work to get in there. Yeah. We'll wiggle our way through and get the sample we're after. we got two old channels here, one down in here, one up on the hill here. A large rock, it's pretty bony material. Might be a nice seam of gold right in between where the two meet here. Time will tell. It's looking good though. Couple big rock, that's for sure. Should be something good down below that. Well, there you go. False bedrock down here. Should be able to get a sample off this flat. And this bench in behind us. Yeah, a lot of big boulders in that one. Yeah, we got a nice sample in the bucket here right off the bottom. Quite a bit done today, considering we're in here for about half a day. Cleaned up all them sites and pushed a trail in here. Opened up 2 sections of river in here. Yeah, we'll get some sampling done on this. Just enjoy the rest of the night. For those of you that buy metal pans, generally they come with an oil film on them, but you can just throw them on your fire and blue them, season them up, give the pan a nice darker blue color, help see the gold a little better in the bottom. If there's a bear just up or down river from you, can rattle them on rocks, and bears don't like the sound of metal. They'll take right off. Yeah, you definitely want to get rid of the oils in the pan. Oil will make the gold float. Take her off the fire. Just take it down to the creek. Wash it with a little bit of sand. Clean the soot off the bottom. Have one good old-fashioned, never let you down pan.
He's a man of the backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style. Searching for treasure yet untold, up and down the creeks for his gold, and it's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold, with picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks of the backcountry land. It's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does.
The mother.